We're adding a star to the Mets every year until they win the World Series. We're going to spin a wheel after each season that tells us how good of an upgrade we can make. But because the Mets are a top 10 team going in, we're also going to have to make a downgrade after each season. We're going to have to get rid of an 80+ overall after every season that we don't win the World Series. So as we know, the Mets are pretty top loaded. Francisco Lindor, Pete Alonso, Juan Soto. They have a solid rotation. Couple really strong bullpen pieces. But where they're weak, they're very weak. 25th in catcher, 15th in left field, 16th at second base, 13th in center field, 17th at third base. I don't know what I'm going to attack first, but let's simulate our first season and see what the starting point is for these New York Mets. And already right out of the gate, the Mets are metting 79 and 83 with what is a top 3 payroll in this video game. They don't even make the playoffs. The Padres played the Rays in the World Series. That's interesting. Juan Soto's first year with the Mets, he does set that career high in homers just like real life, but it wasn't enough. That's pretty interesting. Let's see who our 80+ downgrade is going to be. After year 1, we have to get rid of Clay Holmes. And our 1 upgrade, we're losing an arm, but we will be adding a future Hall of Famer. That's a big first pickup. We're going to send Bryce Harper up the turnpike, put him at first base, let Pete Alonso DH, just because I want to make Pete Alonso uncomfortable. Clay Holmes for Bryce Harper is a really good swap after year 1. Let's see if it gets the Mets at least over a 500 record. But somehow, some way, the Mets end up losing even more games. They go 76 and 86. The Rays went to the World Series back-to-back seasons. They lose to the Dodgers this time. And Bryce Harper in 150 games batted .290 with 26 home runs. Downgrade number 2 after year 1. Or year 2, I'm sorry. Downgrade number 2 after year 2, and we are already losing staple points. Edwin Diaz, you're out of here. Edwin Diaz down. The upgrade, however, is going to be 2025 All-Star, 2025 All-Star. That's good. Before we keep going, today's video is brought to you by Nike. Hit that affiliate link down below and check out all Nike products. You heard that correct. Today's video is brought to you by Nike. We're pulling out the big guns right away. We're putting Ohtani on the Mets in year 2. You guys get mad at me when I don't do this. I don't do it often. But if you watch that Cubs video, this one came after. That's all I'm saying. Mets are now all the way up as the 4th ranked team in this game. 7th in contact, 2nd in power, 6th in pitching. We got Bryce Harper in left, Pete Alonso back on first. Ohtani's our DH. This team's all over the place, but it's building up firepower. Can they win 82 games is the question. Not only do the Mets get back to a 500+ team, they go on to win 97 games. This is one of the best teams in baseball now all of a sudden. Can they win it in year 3? They're going to be playing the Dodgers in the first round of the playoffs, and they will lose to the Dodgers in the first round of the playoffs. The Red Sox defeat the Phillies. What a weird World Series. Bryce Harper batted .270 with 35 home runs, 40 doubles. 32-year-old Bryce Harper hit 5 triples. Ohtani pitched 200 innings, 3.1 ERA. He also had 40 homers and 48 doubles. He did not win the MVP award, and that's because Juan Soto, who batted .306 with 46 home runs, he did win the 2025 MVP award. Downgrade number 3, we've gotten rid of 2 arms so far in Clay Holmes and Edwin Diaz. This time, we're going to get rid of Brandon Nimmo, another staple of the team, but not the best overall. The upgrade from Brandon Nimmo. We have technically Ohtani, Bryce Harper could both technically play the outfield and secondaries, and we're going to add an 89. First 89 I saw was Jarren Duran, and that works perfect. We lose Nimmo, we kind of upgrade left field there. This team's kind of logjam at some positions. I mean, just look at left field, and Bryce Harper's playing a secondary. It might be about time we start looking at some relief pitching, no? Let's see how the Cubs do in year 4. 97 is their season high in wins. And we are going to keep rolling. The Mets win more games. 103 wins, 59 losses in year 4. And they win their National League Division Series matchup. They're going to move on and play the Dodgers in the NLCS. They're just 4 wins from the World Series in year 4. And they get it done. They're going to be taking on either the Astros or the Tigers in the World Series. Here it is, a chance to win the World Series in the fewest amount of seasons yet. We're going to sim the first 2 games at home, and it's a double loss. They gave up 20 runs at home Yikes, we'll sim through game 4, and they got swept. Are you kidding me? They just got mopped right on out of there like the '07 Rockies. Bryce Harper had a big year, 281 average, 35 homers, 37 doubles. Ohtani had a 4.2 ERA, but 54 doubles, 44 homers, 10 triples. Soto batted .311 with 35 homers. Ohtani did win the MVP this time around, by the way. Jarren Duran in his first year with the team batted .282 with 29 home runs. The 4th downgrade of the video. Clay Holmes, Edwin Diaz, Brandon Nimmo, and Kodai Senga. It was an inch from being Ohtani. Who's the upgrade going to be? We're losing it rotation. I'd like to grab some big bullpen here. Big bullpen would be nice. There's team control left for this fella. I just don't think this is the wheel spin to do bullpen arm. We're going to lock in an ace to this rotation in Paul Skenes. And just like that, these Mets going into year 5 are the 2nd ranked team in the game. So now Skenes, Ohtani, Minaya, Peterson, and Griffin Canning make up the rotation. Still just banking on Ryan Helsley really out of the bullpen. Green at first base, right field, shortstop, left field, and DH with on paper the 2nd best rotation in baseball. Let's see how they do in year 5. And how about this? After a 103 win year 4, they win exactly 103 in year 5. So no changes. We get Paul Skenes for Kodai Senga, and we win the exact same amount of games. We go on, we beat the Phillies in the National League Division Series, and now we're going to take on the Padres in the National League Championship Series, and they win. So we once again are in the World Series. 103 win seasons, back-to-back years. Back-to-back years we're in the World Series. This time, they're going to be playing the Seattle Mariners. We've seen them a lot in the Cubs video. Let's sim the 2 home games. And again, we are down 2-0. We give up 14 runs at home in front of the home crowd. And then we go on to win game 3. We lose game 4. And then game 5, we extend the series. We're coming back home. Citi Field is going to see game 6. And that's where they go down. The Mets have been defeated by the Mariners. Good luck next season. We almost got there. We won more games that time. Bryce Harper only hit 24 home runs. Paul Skenes threw 228 innings, 2.96 ERA. That was good enough for the Cy Young Award. Ohtani threw 206 at a 2.4 ERA, and he also smashed 49 homers. So, of course, he won the MVP award. The 5th year, the 5th downgrade. What do we got? Downgrade number 5 is going to be Stop Minaya. Minaya, that's good. That's good. I like Sean Minaya, but that's good. Now, upgrade number 5. Please don't be a whammy. This would be a bad spot for a whammy. We have a chance to get over the ledge right now. Oh, that's pretty much a whammy. An 84? And I'm going to take the 84 overall Matt Strahm. We'll add a lefty to the bullpen. Not the best reliever, but it's a good ad. The big baseball card guy. We like baseball card guys. You know what? That was a decent ad. It brings the bullpen up to a top 7 bullpen in the league. Now, the year 6 New York Mets. How do they finish? These New York Mets are just going to keep pumping out 100-win seasons. They finish with exactly 100 wins in year 6, and we'll be going to the playoffs once again this time around. We'll once again win in the National League Division Series, and they will be taking on the Pods in the NLCS, where they once again will go to the World Series. 3 years in a row, the Mets will represent the National League in the Fall Classic, this time against the Guardians. They win game 1, 5-0. They win game 2, 3-2. Uh-oh. Year 6 Mets, the quickest we've ever done it, maybe? Game 3 on the road is another win, and here we go. Look at that. A chance to sweep in year 6. The Mets? Griffin Canning is going to be on the mound for this one, though, so don't be shocked if it gets extended. Let's figure out a lineup. Ohtani, Lindor, Soto, Alonso, Harper, Ronnie Mauricio, Jarren Duran, Francisco Alvarez, and Jeff McNeil versus Tanner Bybee. And just getting straight into this sim, the Mets score 2 right out of the gate in the top of the first. Can Griffin Canning have a day? He puts up 1-0. He puts up 2 zeros, and the Mets give him some insurance runs. They're up to 5 hits and 4 runs through 3 innings. Griffin Canning, 3 goose eggs. We go to the 4th. Another run for the Mets. They are well on their way to a sweep. Griffin Canning, bottom 4, gets another 0. Tanner Bybee's getting lit up. Another run for the Mets. It's 6-0. Bottom 5. Griffin Canning now 5 zeros. He's registered for the win. Who's seen that coming? Jacob Junis is on the pitch here in the 6th inning, and that's not going to stop this Mets lineup, who scored 2 more runs to make it 8-0, and Griffin Canning is just riding the momentum. 3 more runs in the 7th. It's a slaughter in Cleveland, Ohio in Game 5 of the World Series. Finally, Griffin Canning gives up runs in the bottom of the 7th. He gives up a 2 spot, and we will go into the 8th inning, where the Mets have scored in every inning of this game except for the 2nd inning. That's 6 straight innings where they've scored runs here. Griffin Canning is finally going to come out of this game, I'm sure, to a raging applause of the road fans as he comes off the field. We are going to bring Reed Garrett out to pitch the 8th. He will give up 1 run, go top 9. The Mets finally put up another 0. And we're going to go into the bottom of the 9th to win the World Series. We're going to go to our closer. Ryan Helsley is going to come out. We're going to pitch to Bo Naylor. That's a strikeout. Schneeman, fly out. And now we're going to enter the game against Nolan Jones to win the World Series in 4. Nolan Jones is 2 for 4 with a single, a home run, and 2 RBIs in this game. But it's going to take more than a miracle to come back and win this one. First pitch fastball from Ryan Helsley is away. 3-0. 3 straight fastballs misses just off the corner. I guess the game wants me to just aim down the middle. 3-1. I'm going to throw a get-me-over breaking ball, 3-1. Got him to stare at it. We are full now with the game on the line. Ryan Helsley stares in at Francisco Alvarez. We're going to throw the slider. And he swings and he misses. The Mets have won the World Series for the first time in my lifetime. They're running out of the dugout. Year 6, 3 straight 100-win seasons. We start with 2 really disappointing seasons, 79 wins and 76 wins to start out. We got really lucky with the downgrade wheel in this video. The Mets luckily have a lot of that 80 to 86 overall range, so you can get rid of the mediocre players off the roster while adding Bryce Harper, Shohei Ohtani, Jarren Duran, Paul Skenes, and Matt Strahm to the bullpen. I said it at the top, probably going to need bullpen in this video. The very first arm that we throw in this bullpen, they end up winning the World Series. I guess I needed to replace Edwin Diaz earlier than I did. Bryce Harper celebrates in the outfield with Jarren Duran and Juan Soto. What an outfield. What a team. What a win. The 3rd World Series in Mets history and the first I've ever seen. Celebrate, boys. You earned it. There's a whole playlist of these on my channel if you want to go check them out. Some are short, some are long. Watch the Cubs video and comment which team I should do next.